Hi, I'm Seamless, and today, I don't know what today's date is, but it's time for some 40Ks, and this is the 40th plus 8th. It was requested by proxisofficial. He's officially Proxis, and this is a Must Die song, and it sounds like this. It sounds like this. Kinda. Yeah. So I decided to do this with Serum, just because I've been using Serum for the last couple of days. I used a technique called squarify to make this oscillator first. I actually covered how to do this in a video on my channel called Squarifying Tables in Serum, and I used the same one. This used to be Monster 4, I think, and then I went in here. I said multis squarify, and then it squarified the table to create a smoother version of that table. And then I am also FMing this table with oscillator B. Oscillator B is just a triangle wave. It is also 2 octaves higher than oscillator A, just because. And it's I'm using FM from B on the warp list here. The warp list is full of a lot of fun stuff if you haven't messed with that yet. And it's a very small amount. You can actually see it here. I'm using the macro to control everything. You can see what's being controlled because this is such a visual visual plugin, and it's quite nice. I enjoy it. Yeah. As you can see over here, I have the band 24 type filter, which is over in here, band 24 type, and I've got the cutoff moving around as such. I set the fat pretty fat, and then the drive to be pretty driven, and then the mix is almost all the way up. You can see that the feedback, the visual feedback of what it's doing if I have it all the way up versus all the way on, what it does versus that. A little bit of lead between the cuts there, just to make it work better. I've also got noise engaged. I just AC hum 1 is the first thing that pops up on the noise list. I didn't do much beyond that. Although that crunchy feeling you're hearing in the sound is not actually from the noise. It's from just the way the table sounds, which is kind of neat. Then all that is going into the effects, where it's being distorted. The primary tone of what we're getting at is actually from a pretty sharp band pass with this cone top here. This is high resonance, and distortion is what gets you that kind of thing. I'm actually using the X shaper, which is essentially just a wave shaper. If you go to edit B here, you can get you a graph, and you can see this incredible saturation that I use usually on my wave shaping. That's how you set it up like that. You can see. And you can see the shape that it creates on the visuals here. The drive is not all the way up there, so it's not quite doing it completely, but it's doing quite a good number on there. I'm actually using the delay as a sort of a reverb, just because it sounded like that's what it sounded like when I heard it in the track, which is Must Die's Gem Shards. Honestly, I'm not very good at this kind of really metallic like reverb kind of bit, and that's what's really separating this sound from sounding super duper on point in comparison to the original. Also, a little bit of volume automation I think would go a long way as well, but I just thought of that now. Anyway, I'll put this preset up for download if you have Serum. It's only been a couple of days, so really not that many of you should have it. If you don't know what Serum is, Google Steve Duda Serum, and you'll find it. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.